Sagittarius, welcome to RuneScopes by Amanda. That's me. This is your November 2018 RuneScope. This month, in conjunction with our runes, I will be using the Paulina Tarot. This is by Paulina Cassidy. Then as always, be sure to join me for part 2 of your November RuneScope over on my Vimeo channel. You'll find the link below in the description box. This month I will be pulling and interpreting one card from the Viking cards by Gudrun Bergman and Olafur Gudlaxson. These always, obviously, for obvious reasons, go along really well with our runes because they are a Viking, Nordic tradition. That's where they come from. So yeah, definitely check that out. If you are new here, welcome. I do appreciate you stopping by. If you find that my readings are resonating with you, if I'm connecting with your energy and you're getting messages in my readings, and the only way really to find that out is to watch months that have already ended, the previous videos, definitely click the subscribe button if you would like to receive my content in your subscription feed. That way you won't have to go looking for me every month. But let's jump in to our rune bag. We're going to get a double dose of the Vikings this month with our runes and our oracle cards for the spiritual guidance. Let's see, first of all, which runes want to talk to my Saggies for November 2018. There it is. Woo! A lot going on. Just feeling the energy on that one. As always, Sagittarius, keep in mind that these are free sample readings, if you will. They're not a private session. I'm connecting with a lot of people's energies when I do these. Thousands of people per video usually. So keep that in mind. It's not going to be anything like a private reading, but you should be able to get a few messages. Anything 3 and up is pretty normal. So yeah, if it's not resonating with you, your sun sign, you can always check out the video for your rising sign. That sometimes, in fact, for me, it's almost always more accurate in these general setups to watch my rising sign. But if you would like something far more specific, if there's a lot of stuff going on and you are actually, well, I think that's right. If you are needing some specifics and want to take out the guesswork, yeah, at first I was like, I really needed to lay that out there because that's how I normally do it. But then I'm like, oh, no, that card wants to stay there. But yeah, if you're at a crossroads, you got a lot of big stuff coming down in November, or just need some direction or guidance, you can always hit me up for a private session. Just drop me a line at runescopesforyou@gmail.com. You'll find that here in the video and also below with the link to the Vimeo channel. But in general, what's going on? Your challenge or focus, that's where we always start. And we do have the 7 of Cups. So this can be, with the runes here, there's some sort of new beginning that's actually really positive, a big shift or change, but you may not see that it's positive in November or at the start of it when it starts happening. But it's a big thing. So it's either like a big move, a big job change, leaving one relationship for another, taking a big trip, like a dream trip, a dream job, a dream move. But 7 of Cups can sometimes mean kind of living in a fantasy land. Some of you, your challenge may just be like you're living in a fantasy land. You're dreaming about this big move you want to make or this big shift you want to make. And it's distracting you maybe from what's going on in reality. But sometimes we need a distraction. Sometimes reality sucks, right? So we need a break. We need to kind of escape in our fantasies. It is kind of in those fantasies, in our dreams and daydreams, where we start formulating our goals and our next move. So for some of you, it's that you're just kind of like, oh, I need an escape. I'm going to escape to my daydreams here. And, you could be escaping to a creative outlet, writing, music, painting. That's another way we can escape reality without drink or drugs. Hopefully you're not doing that. And because this can sometimes be that. But I think for many of you, your challenge is to make a dream a reality. there's something you really want to do, and it would be a big shift or change, but it would be so creative and so wonderful. And Dayag is saying, like, you know, it's not going to be an overnight thing. It is a process. So don't overwhelm yourself with feeling like you have to do it all in November, or you have to do this overnight. It's like, I got to be an overnight sensation if I'm going to do this. Like, you know, it is going to be more of a gradual change or a gradual thing. But in your daydreams, you're like, yeah, I'm an overnight sensation, or I'm overnight going to do this. You know, this can also be like something that is good. A big change is good, but you're feeling overwhelmed. Like maybe, you know, you thought this would never happen, or you thought you would never get this opportunity. You thought you would never meet this kind of person, or that you would be offered this kind of job. We'll see more like what areas this is going to be. It'll be different for all of you, but it'll come through in the other positions here in the spread. But, yeah, fantasy and options, but maybe feeling a little overwhelmed by the options because something finally seems to be happening, or these steps to take on the way to this dream to make it a reality are becoming apparent to you. In the present energy, we do have the Ten of Wands in reverse. So for some of you, the present energy will be whenever you happen to be watching this video. For others of you, this will be the end of October into early November-ish here, Sagittarius. But Ten of Wands in reverse can be feeling like, you know, again, overwhelmed. You got too much on your plate unexpectedly. So people could be adding to the load that you're carrying, so much so that you can't carry it anymore and you drop all the irons you have in the fire. You're so overwhelmed, you just drop them. And this could also be, I'm just getting this feeling of you're tired of placating someone. And that may be just for a few of you out there. Like, I'm tired of walking on eggshells or always trying to keep someone happy. It could be a boss, it could be a mate, it could be a friend, a coworker, your kids, your parents. You know, I am tired of always having to put my dreams on hold for this person and what they want to do. Their stuff always takes precedence over mine, and I'm sick and tired. I can't carry this anymore. You're exhausted here, those of you. Some of you are exhausted in the present. You're exhausted of carrying the weight of your coworkers, doing their work and yours, having to fix their work plus do your work, having to placate clients, difficult customers, difficult clients. Those of you that like do like manual labor, like if you're doing like actual physical labor, it may just be like, you know, this is just too much, and your body may just be drained, you know. You may pull something. You may pull a muscle or something, and that's your sign that, hey, again, it would be unexpected. So be careful in November of sprains. We do have Mercury retrograde and Venus retrograde in November, so it's going to be another topsy-turvy, retrograde-y month here, Sag. For you, it's going to be like paying attention where you're going. If you're on a ladder, make sure that you're being safe, you know. Don't take that extra step up. I mean, you know, because you could hurt yourself. With the Ten of Wands in reverse, usually it would be more of a sprain or a pulled muscle or something, not, you know, not like a broken bone or anything. That would be more of like a swords injury. But yeah, just take care. Take care. Again, there are so many of you watching. The majority of you, it may be a pulled muscle, but there could be that odd broken ankle injury in there somewhere. Be extra vigilant. Pay attention. Pay attention. But yeah, this could just be like out of nowhere, more responsibilities being added to your plate, or out of nowhere. It's like, I've already stressed from work. I come home and now I got to deal with the stress of my mate putting more stuff on me, and they want me to work 10 more hours on the house or 10 more hours doing this. Yeah, so you may really lose your patience with anybody who's nagging you, Sag, in November to do more than you're already doing, because you're already doing most of it. And that's why you're like, I'm gonna escape to my fantasy land. I'm gonna go play my games. I'm gonna go do my daydreaming. I'm gonna go paint. I'm gonna go I'm going to plan this trip and not tell anybody and just leave. The help that's going to be available. This is the Ace of Cups in reverse. Here's what it looks like in the upright. So as a help to you, I think it is going to be, I think this is going back to what we were just talking about in the present with those of you that keep doing the same thing, like trying to keep someone quiet. You keep bending over backwards trying to make someone happy, but it never makes them happy. And I think that the straw that breaks the camel's back is happening, or the straw that breaks the Sagi's back. But it has to happen in order for you to say, enough's enough. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not putting up with this anymore. And here's why. So this, for many of you, because we're dealing with a cups card here, this is normally emotional. So it could be, again, somebody that you live with, so you're in a relationship with. It's like, you know, no matter how often I try to fill your cup and make you happy and keep things going the way that they need to go, you are never, it's never enough. And, you know, this relationship is a failure. So the help could be realizing that, Sagittarius. No matter what you do, it's never going to be enough for this person. It could be a boss, though, and it's just affecting you in, like, you know, this, because anger is an emotion, too. This emotional, like, being upset about it, you know? Like, I cannot believe that with everything else I have to do, this person's coming at me. This could also be, like, because you have so much on your plate, some of the details you have to, you can't give everything the attention that you would give if you were less overloaded and something slips by, a mistake is made, and like somebody's like, you failed on this, Sagittarius. This, you know, you were supposed to do this and this and this. This is a help to you because this is your chance to say, you know what? I wouldn't have missed that, or that wouldn't have happened if I wasn't doing my job and everyone else's. Or, you know, maybe I would have fixed this around the house, honey, if I, you know, if you did something sometimes. Why am I always the one that, you know, I can't work full time and then come home and do this for you. It's never enough. Something needs to come out here, Sagittarius. You've taken on too much. You've put up with it for too long, and November is the time. If you haven't done so already, some of you may have already done this in October. Enough's enough. What must be accepted? We've got the Eight of Wands in reverse. Another Eight of Wands. Actually, another Wands card in reverse. Here's what it looks like in the upright. I thought we had another 8. No, it was the 10 of Wands. So we got 2 Wands cards in reverse. Lots of fire energy, but in the reverse, it's like anger, upset. This is quite simply a communication breakdown. This is a very Mercury retrograde card. Miscommunication, misunderstandings, arguments, disagreements. But you are just done with something here, Sagittarius. Canis can indicate an ending to a relationship, to a job, to a partnership, to some responsibilities that you have taken on that are not yours, that you should be rid of. So some of you, the reason that this is coming up and why you're getting this extra bang, more put on your shoulders, is so you will be pushed to speak up. So some of these duties will be taken off of your plate. And some of you may walk out of a job, not gonna lie. I do think you will already have a line on something else. Most of you will talk about why in a second, but, and if you don't, like if you're fired because you kind of tell the boss where to step off finally, after overworking you all this time, it looks like you've quickly got a replacement or quickly have a new line, a new job coming in, a new opportunity. But yeah, Canis in reverse is like, I've done all I'm supposed to do here. I've done all I'm supposed to do in this relationship. This is ending. This chapter is done, and I'm out of here. Done, done, done. And You're going to communicate that along with your dissatisfaction. And I think it's going to happen in anger. I really do. You're just fed up. And it's because like someone is sending, again, bringing you to task for something that you did, like we talked about earlier, or you missed, or you made a mistake, or, you know, accusing you of dropping the ball because you got 9 million up here, right, that you're handling. And this communication just sets you off, and it's the last thing. And I don't know, I see some of you getting an email and you're just steaming, and you pick up your stuff and you leave. You're just done. You're just done. And you're supposed to be done. And I think that once you do this, Sagittarius, once you start taking the steps to end this, now not all of you will do that. Some of you will, you know, just go in and say, hey, you know, I'm sorry that that happened, after you calm down. But the reason that that happened is because I have way too much on my plate. I need to figure out a way to delegate some of this responsibility to someone else. But like once you either leave or once you go get this off your chest, you're going to be so happy and feel so much better. That weight will instantly be lighter, Sagittarius. And you are going to feel like fine. This is where the challenge coming in. This is because this is good stuff. It's like finally this is like, oh, that can be a reality now. I can go work somewhere else, or you know, I won't be so stressed out all day long, or because I'm ending this relationship, I just go, I work, I go home, I do what I want. Yeah, there's a new beginning here because of an ending. And you're not happy with the way that it ends, all of you, or the circumstances that caused you to end it, but you just feel 100 times lighter after it's over, and then you're like, why did I put up with that for so long? I don't understand. I mean, I could have made this change ages ago. I don't know why I did that. That's okay. Don't question it. Just go with it and enjoy it. Enjoy feeling lighter, Sagittarius. But yeah, I am seeing a new beginning with family, with friends, people you view as family, you know, and just celebrating with them, being like so excited, and they will be so excited for you. Like, I'm so glad you left that person. They were a real rag or nag, or I'm so glad you got out of that horrible job. I don't know how you stayed there. Your boss was a jerk, and you know, I just see you being really supported and everybody really being happy that you are out of this situation. Now the outcome is the Page of Pentacles. So this is a new financial beginning, news of a new opportunity, news of a raise, news of a promotion. So yeah, anybody who's not treating you right or not taking some responsibilities, not hearing you, you're gonna be like, you know what? And some of you, that may be the case. They may be like, well, you know, we're not gonna be able to do that. And you may be like, okay, yeah, well, I spoke up, but I'm gonna go look for a new job right now. And you know, they're gonna be disappointed that you're leaving, I'm not gonna lie. Because then who's going to do all of this? You were doing all of this. Who's going to take up the gauntlet, right? Who's going to take over all these responsibilities if you leave, Sagittarius? If it's a relationship, who's going to take care of them? Who's going to fix their every little thing, take care of their every little need, placate their every little mood? Yeah, I just feel like somebody expects too much of you, Sagittarius. They expect so much of you that no one person could ever fill all of these requirements or responsibilities, whether it's a mate, a job, whatever it is. They expect a superhero, and those only exist in the movies and comic books, you know. So, I mean, you're only human, Sagittarius. So I feel like you need to make that very clear. And then go somewhere where people accept you for exactly who you are, what you're capable of, and you know, are willing to pay you a proper wage for the amount of work they expect you to do. Some of you may be going back to school. you may be going for some training, some sort of certification here. There may be an opportunity to do that, or there may be an opportunity like, hey, this is your dream opportunity, your dream job, and we'll train you. You know, maybe you thought, oh, I'll never be able to do that. I'm like, yeah, you could do that. We'll take your skills you already have, and we will give you on-the-job training, or there's this course you can take, and once you take that, we can hire you or help you get through this course or certification. So Sagittarius, there's something happening to cause you to make a good change in November. And it does seem centered for some of you around money and job, for others of you around partnership and relationships. There's a lot of fire and passion around this, but I feel like what was fiery and passionate maybe in the start of a relationship has now turned to anger and resentment for some of you, because so much of the responsibility and carrying the relationship or carrying the other person has fallen on you, Sagittarius, because they've put it there and you've accepted it, but you're tired of it now. And it's never going to change for what I'm seeing. I think you know that by now. It seems like maybe you've had the conversation before and nothing has changed at this point. So that's why you're so fed up. So, it's time for you to stop suppressing, your anger. It's time for you to ask for what is fair instead of grinning and bearing it here, Sag. But meet me over on Vimeo. Like I said, we're going to shuffle the Viking cards. I want to see what further insight and wisdom and advice they have for you for how to handle these energies. So that link again is below. I will see you over there. And I'll see you back here next month. Thanks for watching.